Hello Capricorn, how are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Jane and my channel is International Tarot. I wanted to introduce to you my new deck. It's called the Tarot of Delphi, and the images are neoclassical paintings, Greek and Roman mythology subjects. So quite beautiful. I spent a lot of time trying to find a deck that really spoke to me. And I really love this one. So oops, here we go. And just a quick little note, I had a lot of people asking this little candle holder right here. I just bought it at TJ Maxx, so if you're interested, I'm sure they're still there. Last time I was there were a whole bunch in all different colors. So let's get started, Capricorn, with your love reading for February 2016. Okay, Capricorn, your love reading for February 2016. Here we go. Okay. Shipwreck, which is like the Tower. The Ace of Wands. The Sun. The Five of Wands. Nine of Swords. The Threads of Fate, which is the Wheel of Fortune. Strength. Temperance. And the Nine of Coins. A lot of major arcana. 5 major arcana in the reading. Very, very bold reading for you this month. What's interesting though is I'm not seeing like energies of other people. I'm not seeing energies of, you know, a partner or people that you're dating, or even you. You know, if I did, I would get the, in this deck, it's the hero, the artisan, the devotee, or the enchantress. But really, I'm thinking maybe this month is a lot about some internal changes that you're going through. And I'm seeing some quite opposing cards. I mean, here we start the reading off with the Shipwreck, and like I said, it's like the Tower in the Rider-Waite deck. And if you can see the card, I'll try to hold it close and steady so you can see, but here you have the ocean, and it is just completely swallowing the ship, and somehow these women made it ashore. Somehow they are alive and they have a new life to rebuild. Now, it's a little dramatic. Not always is the Tower so, you know, significant, but I'm wondering if you aren't going through a few challenges right now and sort of maybe even coming out of them. Perhaps your life recently this month, the month of January, has taken a little bit of a turn. Typically the shipwreck is the universe getting you back on track, and if you veered too far one way or the other, sometimes that relocation onto the correct path can be a little bit drastic. But it's usually, almost always, let me let my cat in, it's usually always for the best. And you have the Ace of Wands directly after, so just one second. Of course, when you open the door, she doesn't come in. Okay. Directly after, you have the Ace of Wands, And I love that this wand here that she's holding, or baton, or whatever this is, has a flame on the end of it, because that's really what it is. It's the entry and the blessing of a new direction, of a new path, and a new adventure, new passion, something that you are quite excited about. In a relationship, it can mean, if you're committed and in a relationship, it can mean that your relationship takes a new turn, and that you explore new areas, and you do it together. If you are single, it could mean the entry of someone new, although it's not the Ace of Cups, but it could mean that. It could mean that your life is truly changing direction, and through that, good things will come, just in general. But regardless of what it is, everything works out okay. And whatever like I said, the shipwreck things usually are for the best. They can appear challenging for the moment, they can appear sometimes life-shattering, sometimes just like, oh, okay, that's different, you know. But ultimately, you've been blessed with the sun, and I love the way that they represent the sun in this deck, because it's a beautiful woman asleep, at peace. The waters behind her are perfectly calm, the skies are clear, and she is at one with the universe, and everything is just the way it's supposed to be. Now, that being said, the fact that you have the Nine of Swords directly in the center of the reading tells me that even though things are promising, there just might be a little bit of mental, like you might be having a hard time with it. And I think that with your partner, if you're in a relationship, because you have the Five of Wands, I'm wondering if your relationship isn't a little rocky right now, or there might have been some miscommunication. You know, we were in a Mercury retrograde. It's very common for things to get misconstrued, and people to react a little bit more sharply than they might otherwise react. There may have been something, you know, just something, and you're gonna have to fill in that gap, but something that was causing, and again, the Five of Wands isn't a significant card, and I like the way they represent it here. It's a child, a girl, with a butterfly net, like chasing butterflies, and it is a game. You know, Five of Wands typically is the card of competition, and when you think about, you know, man versus butterfly, it's not really a competition. It's not, it's like petty games, petty childish games. So whatever the issue is, whatever the issue was, I have a feeling it is in regards to this shipwreck, this change of direction. Or that something really, you know, something dramatic did happen, and it is causing conflict within your relationship. If you aren't in a relationship, it could be preventing you from moving forward into one, or preventing you from being interested in dating. The Nine of Swords is a much heavier type of energy, and the fact that it is connected with the shipwreck tells me that it is in part due to that occurrence. And again, this is probably something that either recently happened or is about to happen. The Nine of Swords is a guard standing watch. And I don't know if you can see it. It's quite dark. It actually even takes me a while to see it, even just in real life. And you have two men on the ground here in a dark room. I don't know if they're dead or just severely injured. And then there is some other sort of brawl happening here. I feel like it's kind of like in the movies where people get taken into the basement of the casinos, and you have, you know, you're getting roughed up by, you know, the security and the people that make sure that the casinos aren't getting ripped off, you know, and then you have someone outside the door standing watch. And it just seems to me like, you know, that there are things happening, there are things brewing within your mind, and things that you aren't necessarily okay with, things you aren't necessarily happy with, but yet you still put up a front, like everything is okay, but inside you're stewing. And if you're in a relationship, this can be an incredibly difficult energy for the other person to work with. You know, it's important for you to let that energy out. And it might be even causing, or maybe even when I do these general readings, there are so many different variables and so many different types of scenarios that it could possibly apply, that it's difficult for me to say that this is exactly the way it is. But it could be due to the pettiness of the arguments, the pettiness of the situation. You, Capricorn, a very realistic, very on point person. Your mind is very sharp. You look at things from a very logical and practical standpoint. You are an earth sign after all. And near the end of the zodiac, so you have, wisdom, you have an older soul. And, you certainly don't typically play those games, not saying that you don't, but when that drama and when that conflict occurs in your life, you seem to kind of just work with it, and you, like, I don't know how else to put it, but you put up a front, and you don't allow the world to see what's really going on within your mind, what's really going on within your heart. And regardless of this, you still I'm seeing that these three cards, for some reason, are quite separate from these three. You have the threads of fate here, the wheel of fortune. The shipwreck is a very fateful event, even. It's like what you're meant to do. It's like a universal destiny. It is the universe telling you you're not where you're supposed to be in order to fulfill your duty, as existential as that may sound. And the threads of fate truly is fate controlling you. She is the puppet master. She determines what needs to happen, and she can have kind of an interesting personality sometimes. This is the card of, some people call it the card of karma, and what goes around comes around. It's neither good nor bad. If you have been not so nice to people, it will come around, but if you've been good and giving, then that will come around as well. And it can also indicate a turn of a new leaf, and perhaps it indicates the end of some of these dramatic events that are happening. In the midst of this, you do have the Ace of Wands and the Sun. Don't forget, while there are things going on, you still have blessings, and I think it's really important for you to remember that. You have strength directly in line with the shipwreck and some of this petty, the Five of Wands, some of the petty arguments, the childish games. I love this strength card. Look at how beautiful it is. She's not just controlling one lion, but she has, 5 or 6, 7 lions and a wolf. So it's not just lions. And she is in control, and she is maintaining her stature, and they respect her and they admire her. She is the tamer of the beasts. And these are your beasts. They are, and you are blessed with the sun and strength. So whatever this Nine of Swords is, will be trumped by these. These win. Their major arcana, their energy is much more powerful. So don't fear just because you have these cards. Doesn't mean your life is completely over. But I think your outlook on them is also important, and to look at them as, I'm wondering if this, the Five of Wands and the Nine of Swords, aren't actually a part of the shipwreck. If they aren't contributing to that change in direction, that change of events. And these, you know, they obviously indicate challenges as well, but it is an inevitability. The universe will inevitably get you back on track. And again, another trump card, another major arcana, the Temperance. Temperance beats this. And it indicates to me that you will figure out a way to make peace with whatever it is that's going on in the depths of your mind. There's a rainbow in the back, there's butterflies, and there are roses all around. The rose is an incredibly important symbol for me. It's part of my logo. I chose it very specifically for a reason, because roses truly indicate the divine, or the channel through which divine messages are received. And in a love reading, when you have, you know, red roses, and even here you have the petals, the red rose petals, it does indicate love. And if you are in a relationship and there are, you know, things happening, you will turn a new leaf, you will turn the wheel, and there will be a sense of balance, there will be a sense of happiness, a sense of all is right with the world, everything is okay. And I hope that's what you're looking for. And you have, again, the sun on your side. So there is a bright side to all of it. And the Nine of Coins. Let me hold this up. Also a woman surrounded by roses. And she is, or she represents, strength. She represents comfort and happiness, independent happiness. So if you're in a relationship, again, like I said, this is very much about you. This is a reading about you and how you view your relationship. If you are single, again, it's very much about you and the changes through which you're going right now. And changes that are usually for the better. Again, the shipwreck is always for the better. It can be challenging in the moment, and it can fog your judgment a little bit, and it can even maybe make you have some darker thoughts. But in the long run, it is always for the best. And the Nine of Coins shows me that, you know, you readjust, you take what's going on, you make peace with it, and you do find comfort within that. You do find triumph and victory and success over that. I'm going to pull out another card. If you're single, this Nine of Swords, don't, just a word of advice, especially if you're single. If you're in a relationship, hopefully your partner is a little bit more open to understanding some of your ups and downs. But when you're single, those downs can be incredibly unattractive. And, you know, while you must allow yourself to feel it, you must, you know, embrace the emotion, embrace the confusion, embrace the darkness almost. Because if you don't, it's like eating, you know, if you have a craving for chocolate cake and you don't eat the cake, you avoid it, it just kind of, sometimes it just gets stronger. But if you eat the cake, that craving goes away. And it's like you're eating the cake with this. You're allowing yourself to feel the emotion, because once you feel it and once you allow yourself to get into that, sometimes it's easier to get over it. But it can also be difficult for other people to, you know, like, people can sense it. People can sense you're blocked off, that you're guarded, that you're not really allowing anyone to come in at this point in time. So don't dwell. I think a key phrase for anyone at any time is express gratitude as well, because you have blessings here amongst all of this. There are things here happening for you. So don't turn your back to those, because that is what will help you get through it and help you find and accept a balance, find a personal internal equilibrium. Okay, Capricorn, here we go. And the Magician. This is one card that I don't like the image so much. I mean, I love what it represents, but just the expression on her face kind of bothers me a little bit. But ultimately, she is performing magic in this card, in this scenario, and she is willing herself. It's kind of like the law of attraction card, and I explained this in one of the other signs as well. The law of attraction, the way I see it, is it's not you come home and you meditate and you project something out into the universe and say, and I'm going to use myself as an example just because it's easiest. No, it's not a real life example, but you come home, you sit down, and for me, I project, okay, I want a man that has this type of job that, looks kind of like this, what I'm physically attracted to, that lives this type of lifestyle, that is willing to, have the type of person that I am, that kind of thing. But if that man is incredibly wealthy and, the owner of a business, who's entrepreneurial, and he, works out all the time, and he loves to be active, he plays tennis, this list of things, right? But I sit at home every day and do nothing. How am I ever possibly going to meet this person? How is this person ever going to come into my life? This is fate here working. It's how really will that work? So I would need to become the type of person that they would be attracted to. That man that I have in my mind of the type of man that I would like to be with is not attracted to someone that just comes home every day and doesn't do anything. He is attracted to a woman that works out and that has a good job and that, is educated and, the long list of things, the things that I want to incorporate into my life. So that's kind of the idea. It's like attracts like, not necessarily just putting it out there and it's going to come to you. It's you must become the type of person that the type of person you wants. And, you need to do the things and to be active and to look within to become that. Now, the Magician I see as the beginning stages of getting what you want. Get the beginning stages of that attraction. This is a very much of a bolt of lightning, aha type of moment. And the aha moment goes well with the shipwreck. I think that shipwreck might be like a light switch that turns on some levels, and things, you start to look at things differently, things become more clear. You are headed in a new direction. You have the Ace of Wands. There is a new passion, a new fire in your heart. While you may be battling some things, whether in a relationship or single, you are blessed with the Magician, which is the beginning. The One and the Ace, these go hand in hand. The Magician is sort of the the ruler or the trump card that manages the aces. So that ace becomes amplified with the presence of the magician. And there it is the new adventure, the new journey, the new endeavor, the new passion that enters your life that you have been seeking, that you have been preparing yourself for. You know, you have become a certain type of person. Fill in the blank here, whatever type of person you are. And when I say type, I'm not trying to group or generalize. It's just, it is who you are, I guess. I don't need to say type. But, you know, that type of, I'm still doing it. You are who you are, and you have set the stage for the next chapter, even if the next chapter is just the next day, the next week, the next few days, you know, and so this is a manifestation of that. So it's a positive thing. And despite a little bit of the internal workings, what have you, a little bit of the drama, a little bit of the pettiness, the arguments, the miscommunications, those types of things, I see it all sorting out. Okay? Alrighty, so let's do your general. General readings can incorporate all other areas, and it can be any message that you really are meant to receive. Career and finance and family and just life in general. Any other messages that you are meant to receive, Capricorn, for February 2016. Okay, I have a lot of comments about that. I don't remember if I had mentioned it. When the cards pop out, I don't pull them. It's just because they don't speak to me that way. They don't like call out to me, really. I typically prefer the cards to come out in order. It's just my preference. So, see, like that's just because I didn't shuffle very well. So it's not because it's because I can't handle these cards. They're a little bit bigger than a normal deck. Okay, one more. That one. Okay. The Star. Oh, lovely way to start this. The Ten of Swords. The Artisan of Wands. The Four of Wands. The Eight of Coins. The Devotee of Swords. Also Strength in the exact same position. The Emperor. And the Two of Wands. Okay. Well, this is a really, really beautiful reading. Again, I see that darkness, okay? I see that the Ten of Swords, you know, the fallen angel, okay? Whatever that is, whatever those Nine of Wands that was in the last reading, they're resurfacing here, and it's certainly something that's weighing heavy on you. I'm not, you know, trying to belittle the situation in any way, shape, or form. Certainly it is heavy. Certainly it is prominent. It is a focus in your life amongst many other things. I think you have a lot of things going on. I'm wondering if stability and like just happiness in general is something that is escaping you, because the Ten of Wands is directly connected with the Four of Wands. Four of Wands indicating merriment and joy and also stability and, you know, a network of people that support you. Now, with this card, I love this card. It's important for you to remember that there are people there caring for you. That you are not alone, that this is not something that you must go through by yourself. There is a support system for you, be it friends, be it family. And while you may feel like that is lacking in your life, it's not. It's there. Now, if you, I'm going to speak to this in a relationship level for just 1 second. If you are in a relationship and you don't feel like that other person is really providing you a stable ground, there are others in your life that are. Don't discount them. Okay? Now, the Star, and I'm going to close my door really quick. The Star tells me that you might be really going through, you know, this is the card of wish fulfillment. It is you, you know, having projected things out into the universe, having made a wish. This is the idea of it coming true. And the stars are our guides. They guide us through the night. They act as our compass. You know, our bigger picture for our life, the way we see it, is our guide. That bigger picture, and you know, Capricorn, you are ruled by Saturn. You understand probably more than any other sign the importance of that bigger picture and traditions and conformity and the star, the big picture of our life as we see it, is how we are able to make day-to-day decisions. Without that big picture, we're lost and we're just haphazardly making decisions left and right without really thinking about how it aligns with how we see our life going. And the fact that this is tied to the Four of Wands, you know, it's a joyous thing. It is happy. It is good. Despite the Ten of Swords being here. Now the Artisan of Wands, this is an image of an architect. An architect, someone who thinks deeply, someone who is able to create something and to create something that lasts. You are the architect. You are truly the one that you are the one that can create the things that last. It's like it's the legacy, the idea of legacy. And whatever it is you're building, whatever it is you're working for, this speaks very heavily on a career level as well. Whatever it is, if you're building a business, if you're working in a large company and you're looking for a promotion, this is the power that you have to lay the blueprints for your life. And to set that plan in place and to set it in motion. It is a card of wands, so it indicates action. It indicates things truly occurring and coming to fruition. And it is your power in which to do that. And you are also being indicated here as the devotee of swords. Now, I believe this is a Roman warrior. Some of you might know Greek or Roman and Greek mythology and the generations and the civilizations a lot better than I, but Greek or Roman, either way. This man here in this card is actually in training. He's practicing. He's not fighting. He is learning the moves. He's in the ring. And these warriors were not only incredibly well trained to fight, they were also highly intelligent beings, and their intellect and their minds were also being developed. They went to school for arithmetic and just philosophy and logic and, you know, social sciences and astronomy and all sorts of different things. They were incredibly well-rounded individuals and incredibly well prepared for battle. This is also you. Again, you have three like things: the Emperor, devotee of swords, and the Artisan of Wands, and they're all speaking to me that this is you. The Eight of Coins in the very center of the reading. Eight of Coins is you going to work. This is why I said that, you know, this could really speak to you on a career level, because this to me, I mean, even I love that she's actually at work and she's actually doing things, because it's you really focusing on what it is you do, whatever it is that produces your income, whatever it is you feel you have a passion for. If you have a hobby or a you know, some extracurricular thing that you're doing, whatever it is, there's a lot of attention being paid to that, or there will be this month, throughout the next month and a half. And that attention is going to produce a lot for you. You know, you do have good things in your life, same as the last reading. You have the Ace of Wands and the Sun. You have people around you that support you. You have stability in at least one area of your life. If that's not your career, if it's not your personal relationship, then it's, you know, your family, or there is some level of support there. And you have a level of merriment and joy and celebration, and people that are there for you, that are willing to celebrate you, your life, your choices, your successes, and that will also support you in your down times. People that will listen to the things that you're thinking, listen to the things that you're feeling. And it's important not to forget them. They are there for you. That is your true family. And truly the people that will look out for your best interest. You know, those people come, you know, they're few and far between. So it's important to nurture those relationships. Strength, again, it is the same message for you. Strength, the beasts, the wolf. You have the ability, your mind has the ability to tame and put to rest whatever this Ten of Swords indicates. Whatever that is, you have the power within you to put that to rest, to get over it, to move on, to work it out, to find balance, whatever that's, whatever you feel. And you have the power to create the world, to lay the blueprints for the life that you are seeking, the life that you are wishing for. Now, the Emperor, a card of stability and also reality. There is an element of realism and objectivity with this card. The Emperor is someone that rose up through the military ranks, and he is strong in that way. It's like this on steroids. The Emperor. You have the element of the Emperor, and you have the foundations in order to become the Emperor, in order to become that strong force, like a force truly to be reckoned with. I see this in a career level. Capricorn, you're known for climbing the ladder and being up on top. You know, you have that mindset. Your mind works, it's very success oriented, and that is truly a blessing. And I see whatever it is you're working on, whatever it is you're seeing for yourself right now, at least in the short term, I see you attaining that. I see you achieving that. It comes to fulfilled. It becomes fulfilled. Two of Wands, again, I think you, Capricorn, are very often finding yourself visualizing your future, visualizing your world, setting plans in place. Again, plans is a big theme for you. Artisan of Wands, blueprints. It's an architect. He's building and designing structures, and you are structuring your life. You are the architect of your life. Two of Wands. I love the peace in this card. It is truly a new adventure for you. You are setting in place plans for your future. You're visualizing the way you see it. I think that it's probably just something that you consistently go through, that you consistently experience, just given the nature of your sign. Let me... this one here. Oh, the Hero of Coins. This is perfect for you. It is like the Emperor, but even more so, because this is more like for you, for your sign, Pentacles. It's an earth sign. It's truly you and your energy. So, oh, I'm so excited about this. The Devotee of Swords. Again, this is actually this is Hercules. Hercules overpowering the spirit of death. He's in a brawl with death itself. And here, all of your training, all your planning, all of your knowledge and your blueprints and your projecting and your who you are, the Emperor, is finally coming out. And or it comes out, maybe not finally, but it comes out, and you are able to harness and attack anything that comes your way. You may have been brought down a little bit, but at the end of the day, you truly are the hero, and you are conquering the beasts around you, the beasts, the things that bother you, the things that are getting in your way. You conquer them and you overpower them. And as a woman, it's not a bad card to look at. I hope you guys don't mind the nudity in these cards. You actually didn't have that much, but it's, you know, neoclassical paintings of Roman and Greek mythology. What can you expect? So, and you even have a lion here, and it's your power as a human being is really showing its true colors now. And oh, I love that way to finish. That's the perfect way to finish. I don't even think I need to say anything else. I think you have a truly dynamic month in front of you. You have ups and downs, but mostly ups, mostly positive things for you. And don't forget that no matter in what area, you have strength on your side, perseverance, willpower, the ability to power through and to shape and form the world and a life that you see for yourself. And whatever gets in your way, you have the power to tackle it and to overpower it. So, very, very nice. Very, very nice. Good luck to you this month. It's going to be a very interesting month for you. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in March.